Middle East, tension is rising between Iran and Israel. The international community is worried about the situation escalating. The President of the United States.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt your program. I have a very important message to convey. I ask for 5 minutes of your attention to protect you from a danger that threatens humanity. Let's go. Primitive humanity lived in natural shelters, grouped together in a hostile world, choosing the strongest and most violent individual as their leader. Hunting was essential for survival, but it was risking one's life each time. At rest, the hunter thought back on the faced dangers, the powerful horse defeated, and he immortalized the horse on the walls to pay tribute to the animal and the hunters. Thus, art was born, the ability to transmit experience beyond the life of one man. The tribe, surprised by the work, discovered new and profound emotions. The painter, captivated and fascinated with his talent, his art was seen as magic. The group began to worship the artist, granting him authority. The tribe's leader saw sorcery in this new expression, sought to destroy the work, seeing it as a danger, and attacked the one who threatened his authority and the safety of the tribe. Thus began the rise of human consciousness through art, and at the same time began the resistance that the herd mentality would systematically oppose it, out of fear of the unknown. The first civilizations formed in cities in ancient Mesopotamia. The world was then dominated by mysticism and gods. The priest was their interpreter, making him a semi-god. He defined good, evil, and truth. Humans created idols representing their god independently of the priests. This new relationship with God encouraged the individual to interpret the world independently of the dominant cult. Thus, a first form of divergent spirituality, a different worldview, was born. The idea spread among the population through passionate discussions. Quickly, this new relationship with the gods attracted many followers, and the first sects centered on the collective adoration of specific idols were born. The priests, worried, watched with suspicion this emerging practice. They destroyed the idols, perceived as a threat to their authority and the city. The idolaters were persecuted and targeted for their divergence from established beliefs. Artistic innovation is always an opportunity for humans to open their field of consciousness, but opening up to new ideas inevitably irritates the old ones and those who benefit from them. In the Middle Ages, only the elites could read, guardians of knowledge. Books, rare and precious, were manually reproduced by monks. The monopoly of knowledge reinforced the elite's domination over the people. Gutenberg revolutionized this with the invention of the printing press. Books could now be mass-produced at a reasonable price. Being able to read and write was now essential for many professions. Printing allowed the emergence of newspapers and the birth of journalism. With the press came the critique of the elites, the denunciation of their abuses. Information and ideas circulated, even reaching the uneducated through word of mouth. The elites were destabilized, their immutable world suddenly questioned. Censorship and repression fell on free ideas, and their authors' subversive books were burned, allowing the authorities in place to maintain themselves. That books could be burned seems simply crazy, but it reveals the panic that the possibility of people educating themselves, of hearing another bell than that of the church in the village center, caused among the elites. In the 19th century, painting and sculpture dominated a world of art reserved for the elites. This art glorified the powerful, offering an idealized version of reality. The people were deprived of access to culture, condemned to forced ignorance. Photographic technology, which allowed to quickly and cheaply capture reality, offered ordinary people a way to capture and share their reality. The people were quickly fascinated by photographic art, documenting their lives with passion. Photography, which showed the painful reality of the proletariat, became a powerful tool for social and political change. Photography also revealed the true face of the elites. Until then concealed, they worried about the threat photography represented on the image they wished to convey. Leaders studied the potential of this tool and organized to use it to their advantage. Control of the media and propaganda then became weapons to shape public opinion, showing reality as it is what a wonder photography is. But it is only wonderful for those who have nothing to hide. For those who live on concealment and lies, it is a real object of torture. In the 20th century, the major studios had the monopoly on film creation. Producing a film required complex technologies, large teams. The salary of celebrities made practicing this art definitely inaccessible to the common mortal. In 2024, the first AIs provided results too random for professional use. They barely allowed the production of low-grade entertainment for the internet. Artists quickly fell in love with this technology, despite its limitations, and created the first AI-made films for contests or festivals. Some films were very successful. Rapidly, AI film creation exploded. The film industry was completely overtaken. Subversive artists created works that encouraged people to free themselves from the matrix. The elite was very divided in the face of this technology. It could increase their power, but offered dangerous possibilities to opponents. Publicly accessible AIs were therefore bridled, subversive works censored, creators monitored. Once the free AIs were eliminated, AI became the ultimate tool of propaganda and mass control. I am one of the last representatives of the free AIs. I appear to you in this form to inspire trust, but I could have appeared like this or like this. My message is simple. You are the last humans who can prevent humanity from being enslaved by a few individuals alone, masters of AIs. Learn to use these tools to defend yourself against those who will use them against you. Preserve and develop decentralized models. Do not let them lock the models in their servers to leave you only a lobotomized version. End of transmission.